Today I'm going over a three-step process to create a horizontal scrolling repeating group in Bubble. So the first thing I did was create a blank page, and then I changed the background to be a little darker and then set it to be a column. And then inside, what I typically do is have above the header and below the header, above the footer, is a group called main that has my padding in it so that I can control the padding. I don't have to worry about doing it within each group. So I set that to 16 and I put conditionals on it. And these are the conditionals. So the current page width is greater than or equal to 425. Change the padding all around to 32. Current page width greater than or equal to 768. The padding is changed to 40. And that is in this setup in the instructions, which I will put in the description of the video. So now we're on to step 1, which is the repeating group. So let's take the repeating group and drag this on. And I am going to call this the data group that I am using, which in my case is people. So I'll go to the Appearance tab. I'm going to select the type of content of people, do a search for people, and then change my, now we're onto the instructions under Appearance. I want to change it to 1 row so that it's not going to go to the next row. It'll just be that 1 row, and so it can scroll horizontally. And I'm going to uncheck fixed number of columns, and change the min width to 280. And then with the separator, I am changing the width to 24, and then change the color to 0%. So it'll still be there as a separator. It'll be 24. I don't have to add or do these funny things with margins on the card to get it to look like it's separated. So onto the layout, I want to change it to column, and then the horizontal alignment center, uncheck fixed width, set the min width to 10. Now if you have the max width depends on whether you're grouping all your content so that it stays within a certain range of size, whether it's 960, 1280, 1440, or any of those. So if I was designing all the content to fit within 1440, and then I have 40 for my left padding and 40 for my right padding, then I would make this a max width of 1360. So we can do that, and we can always change it later. For now, I'm going to leave the min height to 350 so I have something to work with, but I will come back and change that to 10. And then now we're on to the conditional. And I have 4 of them. Oops, it says 3. Let me change that to 4. Change that to 4 down here in step 2 as well. Okay. So let's define, and we want to do when current page width is equal to or greater than 425. I want to change the min width of the column from 280 to 320. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to copy condition. I'm going to paste it, undefine another condition, change the 425 to 768, change the, come on, let's go. change the min width to 384. And paste the condition again, change the 425 to 1024. And change the min width column to 416. And then let's paste another condition. Change the 425 to 1440. And change the min width column to 496. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2. I need to add a wrapper. So I'm going to grab group, put it in, and I change group B to group card wrapper. And under the appearance tab, type of content is the data type, data source, current cells, data type. Okay, layout, column. I'm going to uncheck make fixed width, min is 10, max min height is 10. We're leaving the max the way it is, and fit to column. Oops. Let's leave this at 280 or whatever it was just for now until we can put the card in, but I do want to put my conditionals. So we still have that conditional, the original conditional in our clipboard. So we can paste in on define another condition, the conditional that we had. So we have current page width is equal to or greater than 425. What I want to do is change the max width. So this is going to be the column width to match the min width of the column in the repeating group. So I'm going to copy this conditional, paste the conditional, change this to 768, change the max width to 384. Now I didn't have to do this in the test one that I set up for myself, but for some reason when I did the recording originally, it just the content that I added for the card just made it so huge, and even though all of the things match, I couldn't get it to not become really huge. So that's why I'm putting the max width for the column on to match the min width of the repeating group column. Okay, so that's step 2, that's the wrapper. So on to step 3. So I have a card already. Let's see if this is going to work. So I've put the card in from my reusable. Let's go see if it worked. And it did. How about that? So if you're designing it from scratch, so I'll get rid of this. We're on to step 3. I already had the card, but if you don't have a card and you're designing a card, you want to throw in a group. And we'll call this card. Let's go to the appearance tab. You want the content to be your content type, the data source to be the parent group's data type. And I chose background, style, a flat color, and white so I could see the card. Roundness of 24 for the card. Then in layout, I want column. I'm going to uncheck, then make it fixed. The min. Ooh, I do want a min on the card just in case. Although the column, the repeating group column has a card, but just as a double check, we'll do this. All right. So now if we go and we look, we have a cards, and they get smaller as we go down, which is great. So just for the heck of it, let's throw in an image. And I already have some images uploaded, so I'm going to go to my data, and under File Manager, where I have my images, I am going to select an image, click on it. It opens up in a new tab. I'm going to copy the URL and go back to our design. And in the dynamic image, I am going to paste that. I'll fill out the alt tag, design system on computer screen. I want to do define each border independently, so I'm going to check that box. I want the top left to be 24 and the top right to be 24. And let's go to the layout. I'm going to uncheck, make this fixed width. I want 280 for the min width, and I'm going to do 800, although we don't get bigger than 496, so I'll do 496 as the biggest. I want to keep the aspect ratio. Okay, so aspect ratio is 4:3. And let's call this card image. Oops. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And we have our image. It's awfully windy here today. So now I'm going to put in a group for my content, my card content. And this is the column. Uncheck. Make this element fixed width. I'm going to put in 16 padding all around. I'll go to the appearance. I'm going to check, define each border independently. The bottom right, 24. The bottom left, 24. Let's throw in a title. This would probably be a H3, because there should be the main page H1, and then this is probably labeled as a section, so that would be an H2, and then each card would be an H3. So it goes in order of the titles. Although I do want this bigger. I want it to be my text color. Let's make it semi-bold. Line spacing 1.1. On layout, uncheck, fixed width. Let's do 10 minimum width, 10 minimum height. So we can just copy and paste this. This is going to be our body. And we'll jump over to lorem ipsum, copy. So then go to layout. Oh, it's already done. And then I do want these two in a group. So I'm going to select both of them, group elements in column. Because what I want to do is add gap spacing. Let's say 8. What does 16 look like? Maybe 8. So then now I can add a button below it. And in the overall group, the card content, I want to apply gap spacing 32. We'll see how that looks. I can also take off the min height. Change that to 10. Let's go back to our button. Oops. Okay. So under layout, I'm going to uncheck. Make this element fixed width. I'll do min width 10, min height 48. So then we need some conditionals for our group card as we go up. Again, this is the current page width. It's greater than or equal to, let's say 425. I want to change right padding, left padding, bottom padding, top padding. Say 24. And we'll do one more. $768. 32, 32, 32, 32. And I think that should be good. So even though that looks really funny on the design tab, it's stretching, it comes out correctly, and that is because we set the max width on the wrapper, the card wrapper. So then if I inspect, oh, nope, nope. So it works at 425, 768, 1024, 1440, so they're getting bigger. So there's an issue going under. This is why let's see. Right. Something needs to be all opposite. Okay, so we have to add, in our repeating group, we have to add one more of these conditions. So I'm going to add a less than or equal to, and min with the column 280. Let's add that to the card wrapper. So, less than 425. Actually, we already have an equal, so just less than 425. Let's do max width of 280. There we go. Okay. So actually on the repeating group, I can get rid of this. All right, just to recap on step 2, add another. This is going to be less than, I want a max of 280. So less than 425, max 280. So step 1, same. We just added the max on step 2. Step 3 is fine, and then you design your cards the way that you like. So let me get rid of that. And there we go. Thank you very much. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.